Hey there, Dan Martell here, serial entrepreneur, investor, and creator of SaaS Academy. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how to grow in your life to be more successful, whatever that means for you, from wealth, health, financials, relationships, you name it. I'm going to share my unique perspective that I've never shared before that's going to give you a totally different twist on how to approach these areas of your life. And be sure to stay to the end, where I'm going to share with you my 5 productivity hacks to double your energy and focus throughout your day with these easy steps to implement. So if you're new to my story or my channel, I just want to let you know that the life I live today, investing in 40 plus SaaS companies, software as a service, or becoming a multimillionaire at 27, continuing to build my empire, buying companies, coaching the top software entrepreneurs in the world, working with at-risk youth in my program called Creators to help them build their confidence through building businesses. All of those things were a byproduct of me continuously investing and focusing on bettering my life and my situation and being accountable for what I'm achieving or not, or if I wanted a goal, go out there and get it. And what I want to share with you today is not only how I created millions of dollars in value for myself and my investors and a lot of my coaching clients, but more importantly, the different perspective that I don't hear shared often on 6 core areas of your life that I think you should be taking into consideration and how it's going to impact success for you in both financial and personal levels. Number 1, your wealth. So here's the equation that one of my mentors shared with me. He said, when you start off in life, you trade time for money. This is every individual where you work, you get paid by the hour. And he said, over time, if you change your vehicle, the way you generate wealth or create money, and all of a sudden you have the opportunity to trade money for time so that you can buy back time to do higher value things. Most paths, it works that exact same way. So step 1, trade time for money. Step 2, trade money for time. And then the third is where you want to graduate to, which is you want to trade money for money. Today, my life looks dramatically different because I have my capital and money working for me by buying equity in businesses, technology companies, and other cash flow investments that on a monthly basis generate returns, right? And this is Warren Buffett. This is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is how the world of wealthy people it works. And nobody ever taught me that. And I remember hearing that equation. I was like, okay, so what you're saying is the game I'm playing is money or time for money. Once I have some money, save that up, trade money to buy back time so I can work on higher value things. And once that produces capital in excess of what I need to invest in my business to grow, then I take that capital and I look for investments, either real estate or other companies or other investors that invest their money. And to me, this is all my perspective, is I'm looking to create multi-generational wealth. I want 10 generations from now for those people's lives to look different. I'm not looking to give them a handout, but I'm going to create a structure where it is going to impact multiple generations way past my time here on earth. Because I think that's the opportunity and the potential that I know I was fortunate enough to discover when I was 17, that I wake up every day that I'm on a mission to fulfill. So that's your wealth. Number 2, your health. So I've got 3 rules, okay? I'm not gonna tell you to do CrossFit or train for an Ironman or go on an intermittent fasting, all things that I've done. I'm gonna share with you the basics. These are the things that I teach. I have 2 young boys, Max and Noah, and I teach them these things. Number 1, stay hydrated. Drink as much. I literally have this in my studio right now. I drink probably 4 of these a day, okay? So call it a gallon of water. It's a bit much. Some people are like, that's too much water. That's your opinion. I know what I like for myself. I wake up in the morning, it's sitting next to my bed, fully loaded, full up to the top. I'm getting this crushed. That starts off my day, and I keep that process up. Number 2, no sugar. I don't know when we're gonna have the instrumentation to really support my belief, but when you eat excess sugar, when you have chocolate, And people are like, oh, dark chocolate's fine. I get it, dark chocolate. I'm talking about like refined sugars and, crap carbs, okay? When you eat and ingest that stuff, it affects your mind. I'm not even worried about my physique or my body or my performance as an athlete. I'm talking about my thoughts. I have personally discovered that when you eat sugar, it changes the thinking, which is crazy to me. But again, I want you to test it for yourself. Do a 30-day no sugar challenge and just see what changes in your thought patterns. Your body's gonna dramatically transform. I know that for a fact. And I'm not talking about like no sugars. I'm just saying like try to keep it under like 50 grams or 100 grams a day. Maybe 100 grams of carbs per day, or like just don't eat any dessert. Don't eat any candies. Don't eat ice cream. Don't have too much, the amount of sugars that people drink, orange juice, sodas, etc., is bananas. Anyways, that's number 2. And then 3 is sweat every day. It's one of my mantras. It's my hashtag. I use it. I literally work out and get a sweat on every day. And people are like, oh, you need to recover. You need recovery days. No, you don't. You literally can move fast. If you sat there and did 50 burpees right now, 50, if you don't know what a burpee is, Google it, but down and up 50 times, you can do that every day. And it's not gonna impact your joints, not gonna impact your thing. If you can't do a burpee, go walk briskly, get your sweat on. I just want a bubble of sweat to be produced on your forehead and you're good to go. You do that every day, you'll create movement and motion and it'll move you forward in all other aspects of your life. Number 3, your partner. Your partner in life is one of the most important decisions you're gonna make around the people side of things. I read this a long time ago in a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He has a whole chapter dedicated to it. Here's my simplistic version distilled around that is you don't need, some people are like, I want a partner that's on the same journey as me, that's into growth and personal development, and I'm so frustrated, they got a fixed mindset. You know what? That's your own stuff. You got to work through that. I think that at a minimum, all you need in life is somebody that's optimistic, okay? Them not being on that same journey, that's your journey. Go on that journey, shine your light, be the lighthouse. Do not judge them for not wanting those same things. It's not their needs or want right now. Just do it for you. I will say as a filter, make sure you don't get, committed to somebody long-term that's a pessimist. That's probably when I look at, because I coach a lot of clients, dozens of clients that have, some of them have incredible marriages and other ones have really challenging situations. And the common theme that I see, that I'm blessed to have the most incredible woman in my life. Renee is my rock, my queen. She's amazing. And it's optimism. It's positivity, right? It's not, here's what's going on. Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Da, 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 da. I can't believe, fear-based conversations. It's always about possibility. Even if they're not as driven, it doesn't matter. It literally, get rid of those needs and just focus for somebody that is glass half full. And there's so many incredible, sweet, beautiful, healthy people out there that have these mindsets that you can avoid anybody that doesn't, so you can choose the right partner, because that one decision will have probably a 10x impact on your overall ability to succeed and achieve the dreams that you're after. Number 4, your bliss. So this is hobbies. I like to ask people, what would you do for free? What do you think? I mean, for me, it's really simple. I like to kiteboard. I like to snowboard. I like to road bike. I like to go on a boat. I like to travel. These are things that are my bliss, and people are like, oh, I'm too busy building my business. I'm building an empire. I don't have time for this. Look, if you can't take a week off twice a year to disconnect and go do the thing that recharges you, brings you opportunity to reflect, and just think about it, just like, are you a different person after a vacation? When you come back to your team, when you come back to your customers, do you feel more energetic after that time to follow your bliss? Maybe it's a hobby. The answer is probably yes. So my encouragement for you is to ensure that you take that time, you lock it in, and don't look at it as like not, being hungry or driven. Look at it as a recharge, right? One of my Ironman coach, Mark, he said this to me once. He goes, look, if you had, 50 push-ups to do and 50 air squats to do, or 100, it was 100 air squats and 100 push-ups, would you do them back to back, or would you break them up? Would you do 10 and 10 and 10 and 10? And the reason why is because they use different energy systems, and it's important for you not to essentially attack an energy system and deplete it and have it crippled. because then you're not going to be able to even move later. So the idea of using your Bliss as these mini recharges or mini vacations throughout your day, your week, your quarter, I think is just, it has to be part of the conversation for you to actually be successful. I'm telling you to take a vacation. I'm telling you to take time for yourself, to follow your hobbies, to do the things you would do for free, to do the things that light you up. And in doing that, you'll be more successful. That's my prediction. It's true for my life. It's true for a lot of the clients I coach, and I know it'll be true for you. Number 5, your relationships. The big idea I have for this, you've probably heard you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and your network is your net worth. Here's what I'm going to suggest. This is what I do. I'm going to suggest you invest in your relationships. Invest in proximity. Okay? Proximity means being around people. An example for you to understand what this means is last year I got invited by my good buddy Curtis to spend a week at his summer home on an island in British Columbia with our family and kids and 3 other families, him, ours, and 2 other families. And that was obviously an investment. We already had vacations scheduled. We were doing a bunch of other stuff, but we wanted to make it happen because one of the things that my wife and I appreciate and strategically think about, it's actually a decision, it's a question we ask ourselves when we look at our next year coming up, is what families do we admire that we want to spend more time with? And that is 100% going to require an investment in proximity. You know, investing in flying to an event, investing in joining a mastermind, investing in hiring a coach and spending time with that coach in person, investing in an introduction and getting on a plane or taking a side trip or whatever it is for you to get close. Proximity, there's something magical that happens in person that doesn't happen if you're on Skype or on Zoom or on a phone call. It's not there. So I want to encourage you to actually put your money where your mouth is by moving yourself to them, get around other people that share your passion and values in life, and make it a decision and not something that kind of happened because of luck. Because I think that's what people are just letting life happen to them by default. Life happens to me by design. So I want you to design your life, not make it happen by default by investing in proximity. Number 6, your mission. I truly believe the moment that you discover your purpose on why you're here on earth, why you exist, why you're alive, why you're in this body, is the moment that you truly start to live. And there's a bunch of different ways to get to that answer. One of my favorite questions that I got from my friend Philip McKernan is, what wrong do you want to right? In this world, what wrong do you want to right? Or another way that he framed it was, what pain did you go through as a child? Because most of our adult kind of behaviors are definitely based on experiences we had as a child that you want to help other people avoid or get through easier. And once you understand that mission, for me, it's working with at-risk youth. I have an incredible amount of empathy for teenagers that are dealing with substance abuse, homelessness, lacking resources, mentorship, etc., that are just incredible human beings. Just like literally they just need a little guidance. And for me, that's my mission. It's why I do all the business stuff. Because by doing that, I get more resources. Somebody said it's not about the money. I always say to those people, you haven't given enough away. Like, if you say it's not about the money, show me your tax returns. Because that just tells me the more value you create in the world, the more wealth you can create, the more you have the opportunity to use that to serve and impact others. And I know how to do that, so I lean into that. And that is my mission as part of our business model. Integrate it into your business model. Make it part of it. Read the book, Compassionate Capitalism. Figure out what's your 1%. How do you introduce maybe your kind of Warby Parker-esque type scenario where when a customer joins you, you do some activity that's aligned with your mission and your heart and your soul. And that just changes the dynamics of everything. So that to me is how you get your mission right. So quick recap, how to grow in life to be more successful. 6 key areas. Number 1, you got to focus on your wealth. 2, you have to focus on your health. 3, your partner in life. 4, your bliss. 5, your relationships. Invest in proximity. And 6, figure out your mission. As I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I want to share with you these 5 productivity hacks that I've used to get more energy in my life and allow me to stay focused. I grew up with ADHD, was on medication for 16 years. If you want to search my YouTube channel, I've got 2 or 3 videos on that, how I believe now it's my superpower. But it's because of these 5 productivity hacks. You can click the link below to get your copy of those strategies so you can implement them into your life and get incredible results. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the notification so you know when we publish new videos, and leave a comment and let me know from your perspective, what do you think I missed? Is there any kind of unique aspects to those 6 core areas that you'd like to add? Or maybe there's a 7th or 8th that you think I missed. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know. As per usual, I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next Monday. Sometimes I think off-center looks good too, eh?